Uma Devi Patil from Upper Public School. So in the last class we discussed exercise 1.3 up to 4 problems. Today we will discuss the 5th problem. See, the question asks, find the product using suitable properties. Here we have to find the product by using the properties. Don't calculate directly as into like 26 into minus 48. Just to multiply and write the answer and will calculate. No. This is how to solve. You will have to use here as the properties. What are the properties? Like distributive properties, associative property and commutative property. With the help of these property, we are going to solve these problems. Then what is distributive property? That is A into B plus C is equals to A into B plus A into C. Then commutative property for addition as A plus B is equals to B plus C, and for multiplication A into B is equals to B into A. And the one more is associative. Associative property for addition as A plus B plus C is equals to A plus B plus C. And for multiplication, A into B into C is equals to A into B into C. Okay. With the help of all these properties, now today we are going to solve these problems. See the first one. Then how to judge that which property we have to use for the particular problem. If there is a common term in the both terms, if there is a common term in both the terms, at the time we are using associative, in that time we are using a distributive property. Then why distributive property? As you know distributive property as, see the solution A. What we are having the distributive property? Distributive property. As here minus 48 is common. For the A we are using distributive property. Then what is our distributive property? A into B plus C is equals to A into B plus A into C. See children, here we are having A. Here also we are having A and here also A. So A is common in both. Like that, here 48 is common, so we are using a distributive property. Now, according to this, we are using this. Okay, take minus 48 as common. Minus 48 as common. So, when you took minus 48 as common, inside we remain with here, in the first term it is 26, and in the second term this plus as it is, and here we are having minus 36. Is it? See, A into, here nothing is there, means it is into B plus C. This is what the distributive property. Now solve it. Minus 48 into 26 plus into minus as minus 36. Now minus 48 into 26 minus 36, it is minus 10. Now minus into minus plus 48 into 10 as 480. This is how we are going to calculate the product of these terms. Here don't calculate directly. With the help of a property we are going to solve this problem. See, here we are having a common term though, so that's why we used as the distributive property. Then what about the B? You see the B terms like 8 into 53 into minus 125. So here, can we use associative property? Associative property. Then what is associative property? You see, in that we are having 3 elements. So here also we are having 3 elements. Then what is the associative property? Here the operation is multiplication. So we are using associative property for multiplication. It has A into B into C is equals to A into B into C. Is it? Now, according to this, what I will do? First multiply 53 into 8 into minus 125. Just I change the elements. That is 53 into, now 8 into, to make as a easy calculation, just we change the elements. Now 53 into, plus into minus as minus 125 into 8. It has 1000. 125 into 8. Just to do here 125 into 8. 8 5s are 40. 8 1s are 8. 9. It is 10. So it has a 1000. Now you see, plus into minus as minus 53 into 1000. It has 53,000. Yeah? In the first problem, we are using the distributive property, whereas in the second problem, we are using the associative property. And this is, you in the exam, you may get for 2 or 3 marks. And 3 marks is distributed in such a way that this is for property, mentioning of property is for 1 mark and solving is for 2 marks. It means that in exam, must and should mention the property, which property you are using here, because in the question they said using suitable properties. Clear? And next, see what? C problem. C as into minus 25 into minus 4 into minus 10. Okay. 15 into minus 25 into minus 4 into minus 10. See, if there is a 3 elements, depending upon the common term and all that, either you are using the distributive property or associative property. But see here, we are having here 4 elements. Then which property you use? These 4 elements will divide in such a manner that 2, 2. If 2, 2 is there, you can use the commutative property. Is it? What is commutative property? That is A into B is equals to B into A. You can change the elements. So here this is 1 of A into B, and here also it is 1 of A into B. And afterwards, whatever the product we are getting, again that is in the form of A into B. So totally we are using here as a commutative property. Now you see, for calculation purpose, as according to the property, we can change the elements. So now I will change the elements as minus 25 into minus 4. This is one term, and into 50 into minus 10. What I did? Just I changed the position of the elements. And now 25 into 4 as minus into minus plus 25 into 4, it is 100. Now into plus into minus, minus 15 into 10, 150. The next step again it is in the form of A into B. Now plus into minus as minus 100 into 150, it has 1 5, how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. That is minus 15,000. Okay. In the next D1. D question asks minus 41 into 102. Minus 41 into 102. Here also A into B. Like you can use the commutative property. But instead of commutative property, as the 102 is nearer to the 100, we will split this 102 as 100 plus 2. Okay? This 102 is written as 100 plus 2. So if we write that as a 100 plus 2, then in that case we can use the distributive property. So, for making use of the distributive property, which property we are using here? A distributive property. Okay, distributive property. As I said you that minus 41 into this 102 is written as 100 plus 2. Clear? Now it is in the form of A into B plus C. Is it? Now what will write this as? A into B plus A into C. Like this you have to write this minus 41 into 100 plus 2. Now you see what will happen to this? Minus 41 into 100 plus minus 41 into 2. Is it? Now we got the common term. As I said, if there is a common term, we should use the distributive property. Now, minus 41 you can multiply directly here. Minus 41 into 100 as minus 4100 plus minus 41 into 2. So, here plus into minus as minus 41 into 2 is 282. Minus 4100 plus into minus as minus 82. When you add these two, so minus it is 4182. See, for two elements how we are using the distributive property. And the next one is E1. E question. So E question asks 625 into minus 35 plus minus 625 into 65. See here. Here also we are having 625 as common. Now, if there is a common elements, what I said, which property you have to use? That is a distributive property. You should use the distributive property. Distributive property. Now, what is the distributive property? That is A into B plus C is equals to A into B plus A into C. Now take 625 as common. So with that 625 as common, so into inside we remain with, here it is minus 35. Okay? Plus, see children, here 625 is positive whereas here 625 is negative. But outside we took plus 65, that is positive 625 as a common. But here is a minus 625. To make it as a balance, here we will write that minus as it is. So that 625 into minus as minus 625. And this 65 as it is. Okay? So don't confuse here as 65 is a positive, but here we got minus 65. This minus, that is due to this minus 625. Now 625 into minus 35 plus into minus as minus 65. So here 625 into, so minus minus is there, so what will do? Add. Both the terms are added. Now it has 100. So it has minus 62500. So we got the answer as minus 62,500. This is regarding E. And the next one is F. F we are having the question as 7 into 50 minus 2. 7 into 50 minus 2. Okay. Now here already it is in the form of A into, instead of plus we are having here minus. Then how we will do? That is the solution. So here also we are using the distributive property. Distributive property. Now, instead of, as I said, here plus, there we are having a minus. Then what happens here? A into B minus C as A into B minus A into C. This is called as, here called as a distributive over addition. Here called distributive over subtraction, because in between the two numbers we are having here as a minus sign. This is what the distributive over subtraction. Now we are having the form as like 7 into 50 minus 2. Now split it as 7 into 50 minus 7 into 2. Okay? Now 7 5s that's 350 minus 7 2s 40. So what will get the answer as 336. The answer as 336. See, in a different form how we are using the distributive property. That's why I say you that distributive property is very, very important. And the next, G1. See G as minus 17 into minus 17 into minus 29. Minus 17 into minus 29. So here also we can use like A into B. But again, for the extension of the distributive property, we are changing this minus 29 as nearer to the 30. Is it? As it is nearer to the 30 as multiple of 10. So we will change this minus 29 as minus 30 plus 1. I will write this as minus 17 into this minus 30 is written as minus 30 plus 1. So minus 30 plus 1, so it is one is with the negative and other with the positive. We will do the subtraction as a minus 29. So again here it is in the form A into B plus C. That is which property it is once again? Distributive property. Distributive property. Okay. Now how will you use the distributive property? See? That is A into B plus C as A into B plus A into C. Okay. Now minus 17 into minus 30 plus minus 70 into 1. There it is, A into B, A into C. Now, minus into minus as plus 17 3 it as a 51, so 510. Again it is plus minus plus as minus 17. So we will get it here as a 510 minus 17. 510 minus 70, answer as 493. The answer as 493. The next as H1. The last problem of this bit, that is H1. So what is H? You see, minus 57 into minus 90 plus 57. See here what we are having the terms like minus 57 into, that is it is in the form of A into B, plus again the 57 that is repeated. As I said, if there is a common term which property we should use, that is once again the distributive property. This is the distributive property. Distributive property. Now, this just I will do the adjustment as minus 57 into minus 90 plus, can I write this 57 as into 1? Is it 57 is written as 57 into 1? That is again once again you will get 57. Now you take 57 as common. I will take here as minus 57 as common. So that here we remains with the inside minus 90. So 57 is to common here. Inside we remain with the minus 90. Plus, see here, as it is here is a plus 57. But I took here as a minus 57. To make it as a balance, I will write here as a minus 1. So minus into minus, once again it becomes the plus. Now minus 57 into minus 90 plus into minus as minus 1. Now minus 57 it has minus 20. Now minus into minus as plus 57 to the 140 and then 0 as it is. So this is regarding the fifth problem, that is find the product using suitable properties, like how we are using the different properties. And the next problem, sixth one. Question number 6. Just I'll read the question. You see, question 6 is the question. A certain freezing process requires that room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius. So, what is the procedure here we are following? A certain freezing process requires that room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius at a rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. What will be the room temperature 10 hours after the process begins? Okay. So what is the initial room temperature? It is 40 degrees Celsius. Is it? Then what is the change in temperature per hour? It is as they said in the question as 5 degrees Celsius, but here we will take it as a minus 5 degrees Celsius. Why minus 5 degrees Celsius? Because as the process you see in the question they said a certain freezing process. That freezing we will do in a negative temperature only. So that change in temperature per hour, even though it is a positive, we will take it as a -5 degree Celsius. Then we have to calculate change in temperature after 10 hours and after that final temperature. That is final change in the temperature. And the solution. So initial room temperature. What is the initial room temperature? Initial room temperature. How much it is? 40 degree Celsius. And the next is change in temperature. Change in temperature change in temperature per hour. Change in temperature per hour. It has, as I said in the question, they are given as a +5 degrees Celsius. Here I will take it as a -5 degrees Celsius. Why? Because it is a freezing process. Now, therefore, change in temperature after 10 hours. They ask the change in temperature after the 10 hours. Change in temperature after 10 hours. So how will you do after 10 hours? For 1 hour it is 5 degrees Celsius. For 10 hours how much? Just please see, 1 hour it is -5 degrees Celsius and 10 hour how much? Question mark. It is just you will do the cross multiplication, is it? So it is nothing but I will write it as it is equals to 10 into -5 degree Celsius. So 10 into 5 is -50 degree Celsius. Okay. Now last, final change in temperature. What they asked? What is the temperature after 10 hours? So final change in temperature. Final change in temperature. How will do this? Final initial as it is 40 and after 10 hours it is -50. Just you do the subtraction. So it is 40 degrees Celsius minus 50 degrees Celsius. So it is minus 10 degree Celsius. So after the 10 hour the room temperature as minus 10 degree Celsius. Here it is. First what you have to do, just write down the initial room temperature that is given already, the given data. In the question itself they given all this, that as 40 degrees Celsius, then change in temperature per hour, it has -5 degrees Celsius. Then therefore change in temperature after 10 hour, as I said it is just you do the cross multiplication, 10 into -5 degrees Celsius is equals to -50 degree Celsius. Now final change in temperature 40 degrees Celsius minus 40 degrees Celsius, it is minus 10 degree Celsius. This is what the regarding question number 6. The next is question 7. See the question 7, just I'll read it. In the class test containing 10 questions. So, there is a test, that test containing 10 questions. 5 marks are awarded for every correct answer. So, if there is one correct answer, then we are giving it 5 marks. And -2 marks are awarded for every incorrect answer. So, see here. Just the data I'll write from the question. So there is the 10 questions. Okay, 10 questions. So for the correct answer, one correct answer it is. For one correct answer, how much marks we are giving here? plus 5 marks. Okay. Then for one incorrect answer, the marks as -2, that is in the negative, -2 marks. In the test there are 10 questions and one correct answer 5 marks and one incorrect answer -2 marks are awarded. And for every incorrect answer, okay, and 0 for questions not attempted. So 0 for the questions not attempted. Questions not attempted, for them we are giving a marks as 0 marks. This the data what we got from the question. This is main question 7. Okay, this is 7. In 7, again we are having the sub questions. The first sub question. This is the main question, and again we are having here a 3 sub question. In that first sub question, I'll read. Mohan gets 4 correct and 6 incorrect answer. You see? So first person is Mohan. Okay. Mohan, how much? Mohan gets 4 correct answer. 4 correct answer and 6 incorrect answer. 6 incorrect answer. So you see 4 plus 6 as 10, is it? So in test we are having 10 questions and there is no matter of a not attempted question. So 4 correct answer and 6 incorrect answer. First calculate the score of 4 correct answer. Score of 4 correct answer. How to calculate this? Already you know the score of 1 correct answer as 5 marks. So for 4 it has 4 into 5. It is 20 marks. Okay. Next, score of 6 incorrect answer. So already here you know score of, that is 1 incorrect answer marks as -2. It has -6 into 6 into -2. 6 2s are, it is plus into minus as -12 marks. Now, what you have to calculate the total score of Mohan. Total score. That is 20 minus 12. 20 minus 12, it has 8 marks. So, it is the total score of Mohan as it is 8 marks. So once again you see, Mohan gets 4 correct answer and 6 incorrect answer. So here total we are having 10 questions. So Mohan attempted all the questions. Okay. So score of 4 correct answer. Already we know the score of 1 correct answer as 5 marks. So it is multiple 4 into 5 as 20 marks. And score of 6 incorrect answer. You see here score. So for 1 incorrect answer we are giving -2 marks. And for 6 incorrect answer, how much? We will do just cross multiplication, that is 6 into -2. 6 2s are plus into minus as minus, 6 2s are 12 marks. Then the total score as 20 minus 12 is equals to 8 marks. This is the first one. And here, as I said you, we are having 3 sub-questions. The second one. Second as Reshma gets 5 correct answer and 5 incorrect answer. See, next person is Reshma. Reshma gets 5 correct answer and 5 incorrect answer. Okay, so 5 plus 5, 10. So here also no matter of the not attempted question. Now we have to calculate here also score of 5 correct answer. Score of 5 correct answer. So what it is? 5 into 5, because we are giving for one correct answer, marks as 5. So 5 into 5 is 25 marks. Then the score of 5 incorrect answer. Incorrect answer. So it is also as 5 into what we are having? Minus 2. That is a minus 10 marks. Clear? Now the total marks of Reshma. Total score. How will calculate the total score? As 25 minus 10. 25 minus 10 as 15 marks. 25 minus 10 as 15 marks. And the last bit of the third bit of this question as, you see, the next person is Hina. Hina gets 2 correct answer and 5 incorrect answer out of 7 questions. See here, Hina attempted only 7 questions and 3 are unattempted questions. And what is her score? What is her score? See, the third one. So here Hina gets how much? Hina gets 2 correct answer. 2 correct answer and 5 incorrect answer. So 2 plus 5 as 7. So Hina attempted only 7 questions and 3 no attempted questions. No attempted questions. Now let us calculate the scores. Score of 2 correct answer. Score of 2 correct answer as 2 into 5 as 10. And the next, score of 5 incorrect answer. That is 5 into minus 2. That is minus 10. And the score of not attempted question, how will calculate? As I said, the question not attempted, we are giving a 0 marks. Score of not attempted questions. So it is 0 into 3, 0. Then the total score. Total score as 10 minus 10. So what is the score of Hina? As C. And the last question of this exercise, so that is 8th one. The question asks the cement company A cement company earns a profit of rupees 8 per bag of a white cement and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of a grey sold. So, a cement company has 2 types of a cement, that is as a white cement and a grey cement. So for each bag of a white cement there is a profit for rupees 8 and for each bag of grey cement there is a loss of rupees 5. With this we are having the first question as the company sells 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. So in a month, the company sells 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. What is its profit or loss? Whether the company is getting a profit or loss, we have to calculate here. Question number 8. So from the question, what we got the data as profit of each white cement bag. Profit of each white cement bag. How much it is? Rupees 8. And loss of each grey cement bag. It is rupees 5. Okay. Now the first one, in that we are in the 8th question we are having the 2 sub questions. The first one, as I said, a company sells 3000 bags of white cement bags. 3000 bags of white cement. Okay, and the next 5000 bags of grey cement. So with this, whether the company is getting a profit or loss, we have to calculate here. So for each bag we know the rate, and for the 3000 bags we have to calculate the price. Okay, so profit on 3000 bags of white cement. How you calculate this? For each it has 8, for 3000 it has 3000 into 8. It is 24,000. This rupees 24,000. Then the loss on 5000 bags of grey cement. It has 5000 into 5 rupees 25,000. See here, we are getting a price for profit as 24,000 and for loss as 25,000. Which is more here? 25,000 is more than, is greater than 24,000. Means loss is greater than profit. So the company gets loss by rupees 1000. So the company gets loss by how much? Rupees 1000. Then why it is 1000? 25,000 minus 24,000 and is a 1000. And the next we are having here, as I said, 2 questions. The second question asks, what is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither a profit nor a loss if the number of grey bags sold is 6,400 bags? The second one, I will just a bit and do here only. So the condition here given is neither a profit nor a loss, and the number of grey cement bags are second one. The number of grey cement bag. How many are there? 6,400 bags. And we don't know the number of white cement bag. So that is the variable here. We should take that as let the number of white cement bag is the unknown, so I will take it as a x. And here one more condition given as neither a profit nor a loss. Neither a profit nor a loss. So with this we will get as profit is equals to loss. There is no profit, no loss. Profit is equals to loss. And see, profit of each white cement bag is rupees 8, and for the x bag it has a 8x. So here it is 8x. And the loss. So loss of each grey cement is rupees 5, and for the 6,400 it has a 5 into 6,400. Now we have to calculate here x. Then why I have multiplied here x with the 8? Because there are the x number of bags, and for each bag we are having a profit of rupees 8. Okay. Now x is equals to 5 into 6,400 by 8. Now 8 ones are 8 8s are. So this will get x is equals to 5 into 800. So x is equals to 8 5s are 40. So this is 4,000 bags. Then what is the x here? X is nothing but number of white cement bags. So therefore there are the number of white cement bags are the number of white cement bags. Here it is. See, once again I will repeat it. So here the question is we have to calculate the number of white cement bag. So that is the unknown. We are taking that as a x, and the number of grey cement bags as 6,400. In the question they said that the company is getting neither a profit nor a loss. It means that profit is equals to loss. So we are having for each white cement as a rupees 8. So for x bag it is 8 into x. And loss of each grey cement as rupees 5, and the number of grey cement as 6,400. So it has a 5 into 6,400. So x is equals to 5 into 6,500 divided by 8. 8 ones are 8. So x is equals to 5 into 800. X is equals to 4,000 bags. So there are 4,000 bags. So with this we completed the exercise 1.3. In the next session we will start the exercise 1.4. Okay. Have a nice day.